3x4.
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 I remember those days when all you needed was 1,000 to drive dad's car.
1,000?
Yeah,
Like
1,000.
fuel, eh?
Yeah, fuel. 1K a liter was costing 1,000 shillings only.
My dad didn't have a car, so I can't relate.
Back in the you can't relate.
I'm also lying. My car was a wire car. What? All I needed was Bikova, cut the tires of the slipper, and that was it.
What I remember was you needed Chikumi from Bat Valley to Bukoto White Flats on the City Link bus.
Yes.
And the taxi from City Square to Mook was 300 shillings.
Oh
Yes.
Again, I would be lying.
I was too young. I wasn't born when you
Again,
guys
I would be
were.
lying because I had a good relationship with a Kameme and I knew how hot it was.
So it was free.
Hopefully, I didn't know Kameme.
Of course, I know
Never to
Kameme.
know. Never
You guys-
to know Kameme.
Okay, I'm young, but I'm not that young. I know Kameme.
Anyways, that explains the day-to-day Ugandan, the Ophelia kind. Because most of the people are in her age
Where
group of
am I the
70%,
day-to-day
why you think that brains should be sharp, but they are so quick to forget. So today on 3x4, we're discussing amnesia. Not the bala.
I was getting
Not the
excited.
bala.
I was
Whoa,
about
are
to
we getting
sing that
mixed up in
song.
here?
Not the
There's
bala.
an
Okay, I
amnesia
know we're
song.
past Lent period, so you've been cutting
No,
down on
there's
the
an
beers,
amnesia
the
song.
liquor and all, but yeah, we're talking about memory loss.
Mm.
Okay, introduce yourselves, my homies.
Lovely instruction.
Bananga today. I don't understand Bagzi. Anyway, my name is Benjamin.
And my name is B-Wall.
Just in case I forget it.
You know? 'Cause
I'm
that's
homeophilia.
homeophilia.
Forgive me, I'd forgotten
And
to
in my
introduce
homies.
myself. I'm David Mwonge, aka Bagzi.
You haven't forgotten anything, have you?
I don't know.
But why are we talking about this whole forgetfulness? I don't know. Why are we talking about?
There was a time when the
Amnesia.
buzz was all Uganda cranes, oh yeah. People were buying jerseys, left, right, center. I knew who was playing by then, but now
Actually,
I'm told my
someone
wages no longer in the
someone
Uganda
promised me
crane
a
side.
jersey and didn't give me my jersey. Thank you for reminding me.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I wanted the jersey with my name on
He was
it.
cornering you, then he read the signs and decided to cut
But-
his losses.
Wow,
It's good that you guys
Benji.
are talking about the Uganda cranes as the first subject. Do you guys know that we played a game not so long ago? Yeah?
I saw
Where-
people.
2 games actually. We played a game on the 24th. We played a game against Sao Tome. And we
who
beat
is
them.
that?
Oh my
Is that
goodness.
some regional team? Because all that's been happening for
It's
the
actually
cranes
Sao
regional
Tome
stuff.
and Principal.
Who are those?
Yeah, well, it's,
Bambi,
you
they
know,
are fellow
it turns
Africans.
out, Yeah.
I was just passing by the stadium
an
and
African
I saw people leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I saw people leaving the stadium, and I was shocked. I said, "Hey, you guys, matches used to be a big deal. There used to be, a
Yeah.
whole. What happened? It's like we moved on."
Yeah, there's a number of things that I've been told here that the country is Principe, not Principal.
Oh, the things you learn.
yes, the things you learn. So roll back the tape. I hope these guys delete this part where I've embarrassed myself. Yeah.
No! No!
So the country is Sao Tome and Principe,
I didn't know so it's
right? So yeah, we had a game and we won. And then not so long ago again, we had another game against Malawi. We drew. It was a fair
But I think
game.
we're just making a big deal
out of
out of nothing. Because
Are we?
this first of all, these were friendly games, friendly matches, and these countries are really not a big deal, really. So if we were playing like Uganda, Nigeria, if we were playing one of like the big boys, the 5 big boys of African football, and there was no buzz, we'd be worried. But this country, which you can't even pronounce.
No, listen, no. And for me, and that's my
Yeah,
problem.
it
That's
also
my problem with so
matters.
many Ugandan fans. Yeah, that
We
if
forget
it's
quickly.
very quickly, if it is your country playing, whether they are playing God or the devil or a worthless team, you owe it to them to support. And not so long ago, whenever anything around cranes was mentioned, people rallied, as a unit. People made noise. And not just because it was World Cup qualifiers or African Cup, but whenever the cranes played, people would supported their team. But now the guys are left out there to people don't even know who's playing for the squad. Do you know our current captain?
For us, we show up when
course.
it matters.
The one and only Onyango.
Oh, you think that's our captain?
Onyango is our.
He is. He
He's
is our
our
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper.
Yes, he is.
So
our
there's
goalkeeper.
there's a lot about the cranes that people don't know, and this just goes to re-emphasize the fact that we forget mangu. We have abandoned these guys because they didn't qualify for the World Cup and Africa.
They didn't.
And then, see, you didn't even know that. So,
I don't know. Maybe they should make themselves. Because
when
I mean,
AFCON
if
comes
the game
back-
had been on Super Sport,
But I think
like a World
Go
Cup,
to the stadium,
you know,
what I
game,
say.
maybe I would have watched
But I think
it.
I think I know why guys lost it. There came the coach who was all taking the attention of the Bele's and all. So guys were like, why? Why should we give the
Really?
Uganda French team? Then again, the guy ends up unleashing his wife. So even the ladies. Yeah. So I think that explains the sequence.
Bugsy.
Guys, I think we should throw Bugsy out. Anyway, and another thing that we talked about a lot and forgot was Bubu. Guys, there's a time when my Twitter was filled with Bubu. Bubu. How have you bought a Ugandan product today? You know it's important that we buy Ugandan things. What happened?
No, but to put things in context, you guys need to explain what is Bubu. Somebody might have just scrolled
Okay,
out of
buy
a cave
buy
and they don't know.
Ugandan, build Ugandan. It was
Buy
basically
Ugandan.
a campaign
Ugandan.
that was supposed to encourage people to buy
Ugandan products and services and
homegrown products
Okay.
and to use homegrown services so that we can build,
What happened to that?
encourage
There also used to be
entrepreneurship.
some advert where a guy was calling his chick Chibubu. So I don't know whether things got mixed up. But the thing with Bubu, Museveni, first of all, the president, I think scrapped Bubu the other day. He said either scrapped or
You're
banned or what other word?
Like he just
Abolished, abandoned,
yeah.
did those things to Bubu.
Mm-hmm.
So, because his investors were complaining. Although, I mean, there was a story today, I think today or yesterday, about a flagpole for the Speaker of
Yes, for the
Parliament
Speaker, yes.
that cost 7 million.
My
Now,
goodness.
that's a ridiculous amount of money to be spending on a
Ridiculous is an
flagpole. Yeah,
understatement. Yeah, it's
but
just-
I wouldn't care if that flagpole was made by a Ugandan. Yeah. And that money was going to go to some Ugandan, because then you know the money is trickling down.
Yeah.
But I think there are so many. This country, I think in 2015, was ranked as the most entrepreneurial country in the world.
In the world, yes. Yes.
We have the second youngest population in the world. Yeah. That and also one of the highest unemployment rates. I
Very
think we're
true,
about at
very true.
83% unemployment. Yeah.
So we are entrepreneurs by force.
Yes, so we are entrepreneurs by force,
Yeah.
On
which
way
is
to
not
survive.
exactly a bad thing, yeah. But the advantage with Bubu is that then you get people to innovate, yeah, and create and buy from each other, yeah. But we have a lot of people doing, Bernard is wearing a shirt here that was probably made in Uganda.
Yes.
I don't see why, and was probably made by a young person in
Yes,
Uganda.
yes.
So I don't see why there's not a lot more emphasis on things like that,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
that
To
put
be
money
fair-
directly into the pockets of
To be
Ugandans.
fair, the president has been wearing Bobo shirts apparently.
And-
if it's in
Oh, those
if
unironed
the
shirts.
PR has been behave
but
yourself.
carry on. Hey.
If the PR machine is anything to go by, they've been saying that he's been wearing. That's why he hasn't
So-
worn a suit in a while. He's been wearing shirts, and they say they are Ugandan. Maybe they're supposed to encourage Ugandans. That time he went to some event and bought like sandals or something like that. So it's not that they have shown zero goodwill towards
Okay.
it. I just feel like maybe it's not even up to them. I think it's up to us, because when is the last time you made an effort to seek out Ugandan products?
On the contrary, Ophelia, on the contrary, the president himself, because we follow what he says, we follow what he does. And you're saying he wears this whole boo-boo stuff and whatever, but this is the same guy
Not
who...
me
who-
saying, Labusai
Yeah,
said.
but this is the same guy who says, you know what, this boo-boo thing, put it on hold. Why? Because you guys are hurting my investors. And he says, my investors. Mark is what? He says,
Yeah.
my
Yeah, but
investors.
Museveni is just in our pockets. You see, we have our pockets. We have
And
control
if he
over them. You
holds-
can decide whose things you
No,
want
but
to
if
buy.
the president says halt boo-boo, you know what's going to happen? URA is going to be hard on products bought in Uganda, products
Let me
rather
tell you,
built in
eh?
Uganda. And the taxes are going to be higher on products built in Uganda, and the taxes are going to be cheaper for guys bringing in stuff from outside. That essentially
China.
drives your, your spending
that
decision.
Bubu thing it's actually a serious issue, because you see, it's very hard for people to start businesses in this country. Yeah, the moment you start, URA is knocking on your door.
Absolutely.
They are asking for this. They're asking for, like, it's just hard to do business.
Do
in
they
this
do
country.
that also for Chinese people or Japanese people
I
when
don't
they
know,
come
but
in?
even if they did, those guys have tax holidays, they get
I know.
concessions, they get money from their governments,
And
while an ordinary Ugandan, to start the sort of business, yeah, that a Chinese is able to start in this country, yeah, you would need to sell your family.
But the boo people was talking about the investors. These are people who are coming here to
The
put
guys
in
who-
money, and still even when they put in money into here, they still employ us.
Babzi.
The structures will
Are you
still
talking about
remain,
these guys
and they
who,
will still get
who
to
vend
teach us
cosmetics on
different
the
stuff
streets?
over
These
here.
are the investors you're talking about. These Chinese who come and
But
sell
the
spare
same-
parts
but-
of fake phones
But the
in
same people
town.
who have been selling
Investors
those
are investors
sell
are
yobos.
investors.
But
Doesn't
who
matter
have
what
been
they are,
selling those
doesn't matter what they are
cosmetics have
selling.
saved you
What the hell?
from this other nonsense
Well,
of the ladies. They've saved you that now you're able to afford something for your baby.
People
Well,
who
And
guys,
mostly
who
for
are
you guys,
importing
and mostly
toothpicks
for you guys
and
who-
matchboxes.
Well, my guys,
Baby,
if you're listening-
nobody loves bananas.
You're
So,
boo-boo.
no.
Well, now, guys, if you're listening, if you have a chance to buy something, and you know that there's a Ugandan producing it, make sure that you're buying it from that Ugandan, because that money goes directly into the economy. It goes directly into supporting a person that's hustling.
Yeah, but-
So as often as possible, I mean, at a personal level, I always buy airtime from the women on the streets, because I know that the woman on the street has bigger problems than the guy who has a shop and they are
Fair point,
selling
fair
airtime,
point.
which now is quite problematic, because I hear UCC has said.
Yeah.
So I don't know the chicks who have been selling
SIM cards and airtime
cards
on
and
the streets.
airtime
I
and
guess
what.
they'll just go back to selling hankies and things
first
like
of
that.
all, the thing
And
this,
doing
this,
mobile
this
money.
country, I don't know what's wrong, because now you're in trouble if you lose your phone.
Precisely.
Okay,
Just
that's-
losing your phone is not an option.
Going to start drumming, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't
saw
know
the- I
how
saw
we're
the
going
new-
to corner each
The new
other.
guidelines. Let me see if I
Without
can find a
phones.
copy of the new
Yeah, please
guidelines.
find them, because at this point in time, losing your phone is probably more expensive than losing your
So
life.
apparently, if you lose your phone, to get a new SIM card, you need a valid police report, letter from NIRA verifying and validating that the SIM card holder's national ID is authentic.
Oh God.
Re-registration of the applicant for a SIM card by the
Lord.
telecommunications operator using biometric snap and a photograph. So it means now they register it from scratch,
Basically.
and then they will issue you a fresh SIM card registration form, and the SIM card holder. Yeah, they'll have to check your phone as well.
All
Check
this
your
because
device.
I want to call
so
my
it's like
crush.
a whole process. It's like filing a
What the
suit.
hell?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? We've been through this whole
But-
registration back and forth and back and forth. Are we ever going to see the last of it?
But that's the normal procedure. When
Normal?
even when you lose,
Hey.
even when you lose your ATM, or if you lose your hanky
Your
or
pass-
something like that,
Eh.
you still have to go to the police.
Your hanky.
Oh, little man.
Muhanga's hanky, my
police,
friend. Muhanga's hanky.
Going
I'm
to the
from
police
that lineage.
going to the police is not
No,
the
guys,
problem.
I'm from that lineage of Muhanga. When you lose your hanky, you have to give
We
it
don't
the
care about your
accountability.
lineage.
Yeah, you will
Yeah.
be fine.
No,
So
the thing is
where
that
was
it's
going
not
back?
about
Getting the
police.
letter.
It's not about
What?
police.
And
It's
still-
another long process.
Which
Guys,
little
do you know
long
how
process?
difficult it is to get to NIRA? Small IDs. the
Ophelia,
problem.
you
Now
are
imagine
Ophelia,
getting-
you are at Makere. When you are after getting your transcript, you still have to go back for certification. Certification is part of the process. Even for the international universities, you still certify a document.
Being certification documents is the same thing as having to go back to
a
NIRA,
SIM
because
card.
are you saying, telling me that they are
They are
fake
just
national
asking
IDs
you-
on the market?
they're asking
Is
you-
that what they are saying?
All they are doing
because
is ask you
then
for
they make sense.
what is on the market actually are fake phones. So now you have to go back and
Leave
validate.
alone the
That's why
phone.
there
The
are
phone.
codes.
Leave the phone alone.
is
I
there
mean the
anything on the market
re-registration
that's
at
genuine,
NIRA.
guys?
If
No
I
one
get
is
a
saying-
national ID,
no one is saying that
isn't
you
that prima
register.
facie evidence
You
that that is an actual
re-register.
ID? Do I have to
Every time
register
you
an
see-
ID? Like what's that?
Every time you see a government, like a government, these departments, putting too many roadblocks in a process, just know someone is planning to eat from that process.
There you go. I also thought that. I was just afraid to say it.
Now they are going to charge
But
for
there you go.
registration.
Someone,
There you go.
Because I'm telling you, if you lose your ID, you will not get that letter from NIRA without paying someone to help you through
Aha.
the queue, without doing
Aha.
what. If you will have. I tell you guys to report a case at police. Hey.
You must have money. And assuming you've been robbed, which means you don't have money, you're going to report. As you have your wallet, it's got your ID, maybe your national ID, and your phone, everything is gone. So where do you start? Because you need one to identify you for
You
the
even have no ATM to get
Yeah,
money
no,
from
this
the
is not
bank.
So where do you
I
start?
know in this country where Chifesi is on rampage.
You know, when you're to the police, they're probably going to beat you up.
You
and
guys
then take your shoes.
see you're at police without a phone, without an ID,
without
an
shoes,
ATM.
they put you in your
You
suspect.
don't even have money to bribe.
You're
First
like,
of all.
you look like you are disturbing people.
You look like first jetty.
Which reminds me, I have to go and get a letter from my LC. So I think let us wrap this up. Let us wrap this up.
Whatever the LC elections mean
Please
now.
follow us at Millennials DN on Twitter and Millennials
many
DN on Facebook. We promise. We
That
won't
one.
ask you to register, do this, do the other. It's very simple. Just follow. It's as simple as that. No bureaucracy. Please help us, homies. Introduce yourself. Sign out. I'm David Bugsy Muonge.
Well done. My name is B-Wall. That's
Is
it.
his Bugs' PO box still active?
I don't know, man.
This is Ophelia. You can follow me at K_Ophelia.
And you can follow me at Rukwenje.
Yeah, but don't forget to not lose your phones. Guys, don't lose your phones. Just stay with your phone. Because if you lose it, you're gone.
But it's a new trick. If you want to run away from those guys who kubanja you. Esimu yange yabuze.
3x4? 3x4.
3 by 4.
3 by 4.